Mark Ash here from Superchief TV, coming to you live on the set of the new Troma film, Shitstorm.
Shakespeare Shitstorm.
Shakespeare.
Very important.
Shitstorm.
Based on The Tempest by William Shakespeare.
How do you guys like shooting at Superchief so far?
In my 1 year in filmmaking, your 42 years of filmmaking, or no, 50 years. 50 years.
Yeah, this is the best location we ever had. Superchief, yeah, it's the best.
You guys tell me a little bit about the feature. What's going on? Can you give us anything?
Well, the Shakespeare Shitstorm is based on The Tempest by William Shakespeare, and 30 years ago we made Tromeo and Juliet.
I had the privilege of 3D scanning you earlier, and I have a personal question. You know, filmmaking in general is just dominated by computer graphics. How do you feel nowadays with computer graphics at the front of the boat here, with you guys doing all the gear on your own? How do you guys feel about traditional special effects?
Well, you know, I've been doing it for 50 years, and what can I say? This is probably my last film, Shakespeare Shitstorm, so I'm still very partial to the practical effects, right, John Brennan? Producer?
Yes, but this movie does end the last movie and the movie before that, right? Return to Nuke 'Em High Volume 1, Return to Nuke 'Em High, aka Volume 2, and Shakespeare Shitstorm has a fair amount of CGI, and I think it's been used pretty creatively and innovatively, if that's a word.
It's very true. You're absolutely right. There's no way we can compete with the James Bond movies and all that. So we have used the CGI in a very abstract way that's actually quite artistic.
Very and psychedelic. Actually, to name drop Walker Allen. That's correct.
Yes. Yes.
He in the last movie, Return to Nuke 'Em High, aka Volume 2, actually filmed his own eyes, timed it with the scenes, and then grafted it onto a little duck baby character in the movie. And it's
mutant
the most
duck,
mutant duck,
baby,
and it's one of the most incredible special effects I've ever seen in a film. It makes the character very cute and relatable. The eyes are the window to the soul, and this made that character come to life. So that was based on Lloyd's suggestion, and it's great.
And where are those? Where is the CGI being done in for this movie?
So
Shakespeare Shitstorm.
Shakespeare Shitstorm was partially shot in Albania. So
the very first American movie to be shot. The Troma has done many things in its 44 years. We have been the first in many areas, but
yes.
This is just another one. First American film to be filmed partially in Albania.
Right, thanks to Justin Martell, one of the producers on this film. He made the connection between Albania and Troma. It seemed that they were very hungry for work and at very affordable prices. So Lloyd had many meetings with them over Skype, developed the scene, and they came back with this test that was honestly just magnifique. So now they have these whales jumping all over a boat, shitting all over people, and it's a literal shitstorm. So people are in for it.
I gotta say, as a starving artist myself, what do you have? You know, you've been doing it since 1974. What keeps you going? What gets you up in the morning? And what pushes you forward every day?
Well, I get to work with great people like John Brennan, Justin Martell, and my beautiful wife of 44 years, Pat Lloyd Kaufman, former New York State Film Commissioner, in spite of this. She's appointed by both Republican and Democratic governors. She wrote the legislation that brought all this money to New York State. All these new studios being built and stages.
And is this her first actual movie front to back producing, or was it the last movie?
No, she executive produced a couple of our films, and she did produce Volume 2.
Right.
And Lloyd Kaufman was director of photography on Return to Nuke 'Em High, aka Volume 2. The key is to love cinema, to love the movies, to love the art. There's no reason to get up in the morning if you don't love what you're doing, and we're very fortunate. Warren Buffett, Jimmy Buffett's father, he says if you're born in America, you won the lottery, because you can eat and you're going to have a roof over your head. Even we poor underground artists, we don't have to worry about starving. I lived a year in the Republic of Chad in the bush. those people, they had to eat and they had to have a place to stay. You know, the wolf can come and blow their house down. So we can have the privilege of saying, what will I do with my life? What will I do with my life, right? So we had that, lucky us, even though we're in the underground and you know, our faces are shoved in shit just about every day. We have the luxury of doing something we love and something we believe in. And this group on Shakespeare Shitstorm is the greatest. We had about 100 people here. They're all here with the love of making art, right? The cry, let's make some art. They believe that. And it's I think it's my best film, but definitely the greatest filming experience I've ever had.
Will we see the return of Toxie?
I don't know. That's a good question. We've written Toxic Avenger Part 5, which is supposed to take place in Chernobyl near Kiev, and but I don't have enough money to do it.
You heard it here first. If you have any money and you want to give it towards Toxic Avenger Part 5, come and say hi. John@Troma.com. We'll talk. This is actually history. This is from Troma's War from 1988. Right?
86.
86.
We shot it in 1986. That's 30 years old.
30 years old. It's still held up, and that's a
Yeah,
testament to Troma's practical effects.
We'll have to 3D scan that later.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And again, thank you to Superchief.
Hey,
for
thank
being
you.
so
Superchief, the
generous.
greatest gallery, the greatest venue, the greatest filming
and
location.
The people that we've met were wonderful. You know, real artists. It's great. The whole neighborhood, too. It's a Superchief world out here, right? Ridgewood.
Yeah, we're out in Ridgewood, New York.
This is Dickie, one of our stars, by the way. Dickie
The dick chicken.
Exactly.
What is Prospero's motivation to graft the penises and vaginas onto the animals? Now, I know he's a mad scientist, and I know he's trying to. He has his goals, but is there a character?
It's a very good question,
Yeah.
John Brennan, producer of Shakespeare Shitstorm. The two themes of this movie are the evil pharmaceutical industry, namely these commercials that you see nonstop, which during my entire 50 years of making movies have brainwashed a whole generation, 2 generations of children to take a pill. Anytime you got anything, take a pill, take a pill, take a pill. And no cures, just keep taking them. So that's one theme. And then, as I mentioned, I've had a fair amount of hate on the internet at times. And this whole excess of nobody listening to anybody else and students verbally lynching professors at my alma mater, Yale University, literally, figuratively lynching them. Nobody debating. They don't teach debating anymore. Nothing nuanced in arguments. So that's the other theme, the snowflakes, the social justice warriors, some of whom are hideous. Prospero is mixing species. He's going to deal with the appropriation of cultures and the politically correct bugaboos and the students who, I just want a home, I don't want to have to learn Latin, right? That kind of stuff. So, and Adam Zaretsky, he's got 2 PhDs. His thing is, his whole thing, I heard him on NPR talking about intergenous mixing. And he's obsessed with that, and that brings both the pharmaceutical as well as the whole idea of appropriating and mixing, and at any rate, that's where all this comes from.
I believe he calls it bioart.
Yes, you're right.
Performance art with organic matter.
At any rate, thank you to Superchief, and thank you to Mel Brooks.
This is Mark Ash, signing out.
You got a nice ash, let me tell you.
Thank you.